Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video we'll be doing a very special April 1st update for World of Warcraft and everything that April 1st endeavors. I always find it easier to look at some of these patch updates with a bit of humor. I feel like it goes along the way. Anyway, let's get into some of the massive updates we got for today. We couldn't have an update for World of Warcraft without talking a little bit about Shadowlands, and by this screenshot it looks like somebody just got into the alpha for Shadowlands. Cannot wait for alpha to start being sent out to everybody, especially I'm hoping to get it at some point or another. A lot of us have been waiting for Shadowlands to finally come out, and finally somebody has access to it, so we'll finally be able to see some of the new stuff happening in World of Warcraft, hopefully soon. As I'm making this video, I have to make a correction actually, because it looks like Blizzard renamed the alpha for the next World of Warcraft expansion. By the looks of it, it seems that the name for the next expansion is now changed to Alpha Champions of Azeroth. So World of Warcraft Champions of Azeroth is going to be coming out hopefully sometime soon. We saw all the different things that us as Champions of Azeroth were going to be doing in Champions of Azeroth, you know, with all the different other Champions of Azeroth. It looks like we were going to move on into a whole another world, but apparently Magni still has more wounds for us to close, so we're going to be doing that for the next 6 months. But in the more real news, there is yet another encrypted Shadowlands patch released. And this is what makes it so difficult anticipating Shadowlands. It doesn't help that it's April the 1st, but also just the wait for Shadowlands has been a long one. And I think a lot of us have been waiting. April 1st will be the perfect time to release something, but also the worst time to release something. Mostly because it's kind of like the Tuesday, Wednesday reset for both NA and EU. And the timing just couldn't be any worse. But yeah, Blizzard does have yet another encrypted patch. We still don't know just how big the file size is. It could be a massive update, it could be a very minor update. So we just have to wait and see what Blizzard has to offer, hopefully sometime soon. We're expecting for Blizzard to have their own set of patch updates, quote unquote, for April 1st, and we're probably going to see some funny stuff. I might make a separate video on some of the more interesting things that could essentially end up being a real update for the game. Of course, it's probably going to be all jokes and such, and they've done some good ones, but this would be also the perfect time for Blizzard to come out with some cool, new, radical changes that they've always wanted to do for World of Warcraft at some point, maybe in the future. Like, we actually have an example here of Wowhead doing their own little gag for patch 8.3.5, and they have some, of course, you know, ridiculous, but on the sideline, kind of low-key awesome ideas. Like, for example, if you maintained the eyeball toy from, I think it was patch 8.1, from that mini raid that we had of 2 bosses, we got that headpiece with an eyeball, and if you kept it on your character, that sometimes whispered to you, and maybe had some relation with, oh, maybe a patch is approaching very, very soon. If you kept it throughout the whole expansion, then you got a toy to have these tentacles just come out of you. Very similar to what Shadowpriests get when they go for Void Form. The longer they stay, the more aggressive and more of these tentacles spawn. But I thought that actually would have been kind of low-key, while funny idea, would have been kind of a cool idea for anybody who kept that headpiece. And of course, there's, you know, April Fools. What if we could transmog these iconic weapons and items from the war campaign of Battle for Azeroth? And while it is funny to have everybody running around with Sylvanas' bow, or maybe everyone with the Anduin sword that splits in half, big credit to anybody who did the creative design on it. While it would be silly, maybe as silly as Legion and everybody running around with the Doom Hammer or Ashbringer, but low-key, having necklaces, you know, we have Heart of Azeroth, but necklaces that show up on our character actually would have been really dope. And even if there wasn't something like for patch 8.3, eventually going towards that direction in World of Warcraft, I actually am all aboard. I feel like the community at one point or another has talked about what if we could see some of the different pieces of jewelry and even trinkets on our characters. There's certain parts that are showing, like helmets and shoulders and cloaks, certain pieces that we can augment, like the weapons and the enchants that they have, but then there's certain pieces that we just never get to see, like rings or necklaces. What if we had actually a tangible necklace over our character, someone to add towards that extra customization for our tunes? Or maybe even trinkets that could reside on like a belt buckle. Like a medallion for PvP could actually be a actual medallion that is sitting somewhere on your character, like on a belt buckle. Something like this with small details that Shadowlands actually is kind of adding into, not really the necklaces and trinkets, but other things like different types of cloaks and different types of accessories that you may be able to tag onto your character. Maybe something like this could be seen in the future, and some sort of like, hey, BFA is finally fully over, and some sort of a transmog customization thing to be added at a later time. Low-key, while funny, I actually think would have been really cool to see. We also got a update to the character sheet, and I wonder if Blizzard will actually eventually go back to this character sheet. It seems like Blizzard is making a lot of steps backwards, but yeah, if you log on your character, maybe or maybe not, I don't even know if it's real at this point, like what is real nowadays, but your character might have a different character sheet from the vanilla. And honestly, it actually kind of looks cool. There's a bit more detail, and hey, rogues get to have a bow. Can you believe it? I haven't seen a rogue with a ranged weapon and arrows in there in quite a while, so that looks insane. Although I did have to ruin my own 4 mask run so Blizzard could implement this. Thank you, Blizzard, for DCing me because you wanted to implement everybody the character sheet because I was inside of a horrific vision. It was great to lose to Alaria and not collect my mementos. Love it. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I don't even know if this was really a video. Can we even tell what's real anything today or not? Because it is April 1st. Hopefully we'll have something more structured for tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a good laugh, and I'll see all of you in another video.